Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. I hope you all are doing well. Let's see who's here. By the way, those who don't know me, my name is Tausif Anam, and this is my channel. And on this channel, I talk about social and political issues, both domestic and international. Let's see who's here. Sassy is here. Sassy writes Trump 2024. Wonderful, Sassy. Thank you. All right, my friends. If you are tuning in for the first time, please introduce yourself in the live chat window. DK is here. DK writes, good evening, host. Hello, DK. Thank you for being here. Juan is here. Juan writes, hello, Tausif. Thank you, Juan, for being here. My friends, I want to make a correction. Claudia Greenwood is here. Hello, Claudia. My friends, I want to make a correction at the start of this live stream. So a couple days ago, I had mentioned during a live stream that Donald Trump would visit Wisconsin on September 25th. That's what I had said, that Donald Trump would be in Wisconsin to visit Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, which is a city in western Wisconsin, Prairie du Chien. I said Trump would visit Prairie du Chien on September 25th, Wednesday. That is incorrect. I apologize. I mixed up the dates. This is what happens when you have so much going on, so many things going on at the same time, and sometimes it's just hard to keep track of all the details, especially when it comes to different dates. The Trump team, Trump surrogates, Trump supporters are in Wisconsin. They were in Wisconsin this week doing a bus tour. So that's what was going on. But the Trump visit, which I had said would be on September 25th, Wednesday, that's not correct. Trump is actually going to visit Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin on September 28th, which is Saturday. Not September 25th, which was yesterday, no. September 28th, which is Saturday. That's when Donald Trump is going to be in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. So I apologize for mentioning the incorrect date, but I appreciate the opportunity to make that correction. So people are eagerly looking forward to Donald Trump visiting Wisconsin on Saturday. He's going to be in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, which is a city in the western part of the state. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to make this correction and to clarify. My friends, I am going to be talking about something pertaining to Wisconsin. As you can tell from the title of this live stream, the question that I've asked in the title is, will the November 2024 election be free and fair in battleground Wisconsin? Now, you may be wondering, why am I asking that question? What is going on? I will explain that in a little bit. Okay, I will explain that, and I will also have a poll question. Alan writes, you look too tired. Take a break. Just looking out for you. Where's your tea? So, Alan, I have my tea. I have my tea right here. So thank you. Yeah, I do. I have a blocked nose right now, so I may be a little exhausted. I had a long day. I had a very productive day, but I had a very long day. I was traveling. And so, yeah, I agree 100%. I do look a little tired, okay? Juan is writing, get the likes up. Yes, please hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yes, I am a little exhausted today, but you know what? I did not want to miss the opportunity to do a live stream. Okay, I try my best not to miss a single day of live stream. A viewer writes, "What kind of tea do you drink?" It is today. I'm drinking English breakfast, which is my regular tea. Sometimes I'll drink green tea. I love green tea, but I'm drinking this is English breakfast black tea that I have. Okay, so it's right here in my Wisconsin cup. All right, my friends. As I was saying, I try not to miss doing a live stream, and that's why yes, I'm exhausted. I really wanted to go take a nap, but I did not want to miss this live stream. And my friends, before I begin, uh, I want to mention that we must all pray. We must all pray for the people who are in the path of Hurricane Helene. Okay, it's a Category 4 hurricane, very dangerous, that is heading towards the United States. And last I saw, the hurricane is making landfall in Florida. Okay. Um, so Sean, are you in Florida? Sean writes, "Yep, here in Florida." Are you in Florida, Sean? If you are watching from Florida, please, um, you are in Florida. Which part of Florida you are in, Sean? Miami area. Okay. So are you are you seeing any kind of impact? Is it affecting Miami? I think it's more in the in like what's called the Big Bend, right? The Big Bend area. Okay. Yeah, just let me know how things are in Florida. Sean writes, just lots of wind. Yeah, okay. Uh, Lots of viewers are here. It's wonderful. Sal is here. Andre is here. John is here. Kayette is here. Who else? NYC is here. IB is here. William is here. Okay, lots of viewers here. Okay. A viewer writes, "Where's your Trump hat?" Hey, I always have my Trump hat. It's right here. Even when I'm not wearing it, it's right here. It's always here. Okay. The Trump hat is here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I love this hat. It's always here by my desk. Okay. J Lights love the hat. Yeah, I love the hat too. Uh, so thank you for asking. Okay. So my friends, just as I was saying, we have to pray for everyone who's in the path of Hurricane Helene. Last I heard, this storm is making landfall in Florida. Not a storm. It's like massive. It's a hurricane, and Category 4 hurricane. The hurricane has winds of 140 miles per hour. I mean, can you imagine that? 140 miles per hour. Sassy is writing 45 miles south of Tallahassee, Florida. Winds are 140 miles per hour wind gust of 160 miles per hour. It is unbelievable. It is dangerous. I'm not an expert when it comes to weather and trying to figure out what's going on with the weather. I'm not an expert in that area, but I listen to the experts. I was watching Weather Channel. I was watching Fox News, and other networks are also giving updates. This is going to be a very dangerous storm. There's no doubt about that. This is likely to be a catastrophic storm, catastrophic hurricane. Lots of winds and flooding and rain. And what is really dangerous is, power outage. There are reports of power outage, and this situation is likely to get worse. The situation is likely to get worse, and I'm very much concerned. I'm very much worried. Obviously, I'm far, far away from Florida. I'm sitting here in Madison, Wisconsin. Um, but in my heart, I am thinking about the people of Florida, and not just the people of Florida, the people in that part of the country. Okay, so you got Florida, and then Georgia, and um, that whole area. Sassy writes, news reporting 1 million people without power at this time. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Sassy, and that number may actually go up. There may be more power outage. This is dangerous, and we have seen serious, major hurricanes in the past, and this is going to be um, a really big one based on all the news reports, based on what the experts are saying. Just, I watch Weather Channel, and really dangerous. So I'm concerned. I mean, here in Wisconsin, we do get some really terrible weather events. When we get the extreme cold temperatures, like wind chill is -25, -30, we do get weather like that. Uh, we do get weather like that. I mean, in the winter, the winters are really rough. Okay, we got a lot of snow. Um, the roads are. I mean, you could get a feet, 2 feet of snow. In the last, I've been in America since 2007. I've seen lots of different winter. I've seen serious weather events in the Midwest. Extreme cold, extreme cold. Okay, if you just walk out, within minutes, you might freeze. I mean, that's how cold it gets when the wind chill goes down to -25, -30, and even lower. It's crazy, but we don't get hurricanes. We don't get the kinds of storms that Florida gets. And when I see, what they are telling about Florida now, Category 4 hurricane, that's dangerous. 140 miles per hour winds. No words to describe. This is serious, and there are so many people, millions of people, in the path of this dangerous hurricane. So, my friends, my message is, let's pray. Let's pray for the people. Let's pray for the people. Okay, prayers for everyone. Prayers. So please pray. I will be thinking about, um, all those who are in the path of the hurricane. I'll be thinking about them. I'll be praying for them. And I think I will spend, even after the live stream is over, I may spend time watching the news. Okay. I'm probably going to have Weather Channel on. I'll probably switch between, Weather Channel and Fox News. So I'll be watching the news, and I'll be praying. So that's my message. Let's keep the people in our prayers. Let's hope everyone's safe, and let's hope that the storm just goes away and that everything goes back to normal. Okay. So, my friends, um, let me come to the main subject of the live stream today. The topic is: will the November 2024 election be free and fair in battleground Wisconsin? My friends, we want free and fair election, not just in Wisconsin, but everywhere in the country. We want free and fair election. We want elections to be fair, and we just want transparency. We want elections to be conducted properly so that people can have faith in the electoral process. Now, especially in a state like Wisconsin, which is considered to be a battleground state. There must be strong measures to ensure that the electoral process is completely fair and transparent, right? We need election integrity, right? That's the key term, election integrity. My friend, the electoral process must be such so that there's no room for doubt or confusion or suspicion, okay? But that's not what's happening. And I'll share with you what happened in Wisconsin, and you are going to be very much concerned after I tell you what happened in Wisconsin. Okay? Let's see the chat window here. My friends, please like this video. That's the only way you can support my channel, is by liking this video and by subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Okay? There are 13 likes on this video already. Let's get the likes up to 50. Let's do that. Okay. My friends, let me reveal to you what happened in Wisconsin. And then I will have a poll question for you. But you are not, excuse me for my blocked nose. I have severe blocked nose, and so it's bothering me. And excuse me for that, okay? I know I look a little exhausted and sick. Just got blocked nose. What can I do? I took the nasal spray that is supposed to fix this, but it takes a while for this to work. Okay. Something has happened in Wisconsin that has made freedom-loving Americans very, very concerned. What I'm about to tell you is going to shock you. As Americans who believe in law and order, as Americans who believe in fair elections, as an American who believes in the rule of law, you are going to be concerned. Okay? And this news is from Madison, Wisconsin, which is my home city. So I'm not just talking about something happening in Wisconsin. I'm going to be talking about Madison, Wisconsin, which is my home city, which is the capital of Wisconsin. And if you remember what I told you previously, Madison is an extremely, extremely blue city, heavily, heavily Democrat city. Just so you understand how blue this area is, let me give you some data from the 2020 presidential election. So Madison is a city in Dane County. And obviously Madison is the largest city in Dane County. And in fact, Madison is the second largest city in the state. Milwaukee is the largest city in Wisconsin. Madison is the second largest city in Wisconsin, and it is the largest city in Dane County. In Dane County, in the year 2020, Joe Biden received more than 260,000 votes. It is such a blue county, Dane County, okay? Joe Biden received more than 260,000 votes, and Donald Trump received just under 79,000 votes in Dane County. Okay? So if you look at 2020 results, as I said, Biden received more than 260,000 votes. Trump received just under 79,000 votes. So you understand how blue Dane County is. Dane County is in southern Wisconsin. That's the county in which I live. It's extremely blue. And Madison, being the largest city in Dane County, and the second largest city in the state, it's also extremely blue. So in percentage, in 2020, in Dane County, Biden received 75% of the votes and Trump received just under 23% of the votes. Okay, so this is just to give you a little bit of background about Dane County and about the city of Madison. So you can tell how blue Dane County is and how blue the city of Madison is. Okay, now here in Madison, um, which is extremely blue, there are some serious concerns regarding the upcoming election. Now let me give you the news now. Okay, just you're going to be ready for this. Okay? Just listen to what I have to say. 99 people watching this video right now. Let me tell you. Reportedly, more than 2,200 duplicate ballots had been sent out across 10 wards in the city of Madison. Did you follow what I just said? Reportedly, more than 2,200 duplicate ballots had been sent out across 10 wards in Madison. This is shocking. How can this happen? The city officials in Madison said that these ballots had been sent out in error. Error. Wow. You think it's error? You think it's error? I'll let you decide if you think it's error. This is exactly why many Americans cannot trust the election outcome. How can ballots be sent out, duplicate ballots be sent out in error? And this is happening in Madison, in Wisconsin. How can duplicate ballots be sent out in error? And we're not talking about one ballot or two duplicate ballots or, maybe 3 or 5 ballots. We're not talking about small numbers. We're not talking about single digits. Even then, it would be unacceptable. Not a single ballot should be sent out if it's not supposed to be sent out. Not a single duplicate ballot should be sent out. Okay, that's the whole point, because we want election integrity. But here we're talking about more than 2,200 duplicate ballots, and the exact number that is being reported is 2,215 duplicate ballots. Now, how can thousands of duplicate ballots be sent out in error? More than 2,000. How can thousands of duplicate ballots be sent out in error? We need answers, we need transparency, and we need accountability. I mean, can you believe that? Okay, what I'm going to do now, I will give you some more details about this. But before I do so, I want to write a poll question. So that's what I'm going to do now. So give me a minute here while I type the question. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to see. I want to write a poll question, but I think this question, this space where I get to write the question is limiting me to 100 characters or so. So I'm gonna have to shorten this question. So give me just one more minute, okay? Given, hold on one second. I'm trying to shorten the question as much as I can, so please give me another minute. I am trying to capture all the information in the question, but I just can't. There's like a word limit here. Mm. Okay, I think I got it. Hold on. Do you think the elect? Okay, so the question is, do you think the election in Wisconsin will be fair, given the reports of duplicate ballots being sent out? Okay. Given the report, hold on. Okay, let's start the poll. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you for your patience. All right, I put the poll question there. Do you think the election in Wisconsin will be fair, given the report that duplicate ballots were sent out? This happened in Madison, and I'm going to give you some more details. Okay. So I want to hear from you, which is why I'm doing the poll, okay? Please answer the poll question. Do you think the election in Wisconsin will be fair, given the report that duplicate ballots were sent out? I see a lot of no answers, like not no answers, like negative answers. No, no, no. A lot of people saying no. So there are concerns. There are genuine concerns that the election in Wisconsin, is it going to be fair? People are worried. People are concerned. I am very much concerned, which is why I'm here talking about this. Okay? And so, my friends, let me give you some more information. Let me give you some more information here. So, Congressman Tom Tiffany, who represents a pretty big congressional district in northern Wisconsin, he sent a letter to the city of Madison demanding answers after the information was made public that there were more than 2,200 duplicate ballots that were sent out. The city of Madison published a response to Congressman Tom Tiffany's letter, and the response is available on the city of Madison's website. So the response is published as answers to a series of questions. So I'm going to discuss a few questions, and I'll tell you the answer that the clerk's office wrote, okay, that the city of Madison wrote. Okay. Give me 1 second here. All right. So the first question is, how was this error discovered? Okay. How was this error discovered? So the city of Madison wrote, our office was alerted to the error by voters who received duplicate ballots. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? The city of Madison is writing that their office was alerted to the error by voters who received duplicate ballots. Just think about it. the city clerk's office claimed that they were alerted by the voters who received duplicate ballots, meaning that the city clerk's office made this error and they did not even realize it until voters contacted them. Voters who received duplicate ballots contacted them, and that's when the city learned about this error. Wow. So here's my question. If the voters would not have contacted them, would the city clerk's office even find out that such an error occurred? If it's an error. They're claiming it's an error. Okay, the next question is, has the clerk's office contacted law enforcement to investigate? Valid question, right? The answer that the city of Madison provided is, once again, the question is, has the clerk's office contacted law enforcement to investigate? And their answer is no. No. They wrote no. It is clear that this incident involved human error and involved no criminal conduct, so there is no reason to contact law enforcement. I mean, think about it. Think about it. So the question that they were asked is, has the city clerk's office contacted law enforcement to investigate? And the city clerk's office is saying no. They have not contacted law enforcement to investigate, and they're saying that it is clear that this incident involved human error. Human error. Do you believe that? Human error? Human error, and involved no criminal conduct. So there is no reason to contact law enforcement. So the city of Madison is saying it's a human error, it involves no criminal conduct, and so they're not going to contact law enforcement. I mean, really? I mean, the public demands answers. The public demands answers. There must be transparency. There must be accountability. Why did they not contact law enforcement? How can they determine that it's a human error? I mean, really. So this is absolutely crazy. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what the next question is and what the answer is. The next question is, has the clerk's office identified the person or persons responsible for the error, right? Okay, they are claiming it's an error. It's a human error. Okay, if it's a human error, have you identified the person or persons responsible for this error? Okay, the answer is yes. That's what they're saying. The answer is yes. And then they wrote, yes, this was a simple data processing error. Data processing error. Oh my God. The folks at the City of Madison clerk's office, they made this data processing error. I mean, think about it. Okay, I'm going to read the whole answer. The answer is yes, this was a simple data processing error made by one of the many dedicated professional staff who work for the city. And as noted above, the process has been corrected to prevent a similar error from occurring. They sent out 2,200, more than 2,200 duplicate ballots, and they're calling it a data processing error. They're calling it a human error. They're saying it involves no criminal conduct. Well, why don't you contact law enforcement? Let them investigate and let them decide if there was criminal conduct or if it was simple error, right? And look what they did. The question was, has the clerk's office identified the person or persons responsible for the error? They said this was a simple data processing error. Is it a simple error to send out more than 2,200 duplicate ballots? It's a simple error. First of all, was it an error? And if it's an error, why do they call it a simple error? Do you think it's a simple error? And then they said this was a simple data processing error made by, look how they are defending their staff. Look how they are defending their incompetent staff. Okay? They said, yes, this was a simple data processing error made by one of the many dedicated professional staff. This is what dedicated professional means. Laura Floyd, wonderful to see you, Laura. I see Laura is here. Laura, thank you for joining. Good to see you. And everyone who's joining, my friends, thank you for being here. Sassy, I see Sassy's comments. Thank you. See, they made, okay, if this is an error, it is not a simple error. It is a massive error. It is a catastrophic error, okay? For a city to send out more than 2,200 duplicate ballots, it is not a simple error, okay? First of all, I don't know if it's an error. Somebody, maybe some third party entity, some outside organization or law enforcement must investigate this. Some outside entity has to investigate it. It either has to be some outside investigation, investigative agency, or it has to be law enforcement. Somebody has to investigate this. The city of Madison claims, oh, it's an error. Are we supposed to believe it's an error? Okay? I mean, they are defending this catastrophic, whatever you call it, even if it's an error, it is a catastrophic error, but they're calling it a simple error. Data processing. If this is a simple error, what is a catastrophic error? I think this is a catastrophic error to send out more than 2,200 duplicate ballots. And look how they are defending. I know I'm repeating just because I'm so frustrated with this, okay? Look how they're defending their incompetent staff. They're saying it's a simple data processing error made by one of the many dedicated professional staff. This is dedicated. If this was private sector, somebody would get fired right away. Somebody would get fired right away if this was the private sector, if this was a private company. But just because it is the city of Madison, it is a government entity, okay, in a very, very blue city, that's why instead of somebody getting fired, the city is defending the staff, saying dedicated professional staff. This is dedicated. This is professional. That you're gonna send out 2,215 duplicate ballots. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay, and then there was another question. What is the exact number of duplicate ballots that were sent out by the clerk's office? And they answered 2,215. 2215. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay, all right. Let me tell you another question. Okay, I'm not reading each and every question, but let me read another question and the answer. So here's another question. Have any of the duplicate ballots been returned to the clerk's office? And if so, have they been set aside pending an investigation? Pretty valid question, right? A very logical question. Have any of the duplicate ballots been returned to the clerk's office? And if so, have they been set aside pending an investigation? And do you know what the answer is? Do you know what the answer is? The answer is no duplicate ballots have been returned to the clerk's office. Oh my God. So they sent out 2,215 duplicate ballots in error, human error they call it. And now they're saying no duplicate ballots have been returned to the clerk's office. I mean really, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay? I don't know what to say. This is happening in my city. This is Madison. This is where I live. Madison, Wisconsin. This is what's going on in blue Madison, Wisconsin. This is just unbelievable. Really, sometimes I'm just speechless. I don't know what to say. And also, just look, they did not make the name of the staff person or staff people public in this letter. I mean, the public has a right to know who the individuals are, individuals who made this whatever they're calling it error. I mean, somebody has to get fired for this, or more than one person has to get fired for this, right? Laura is writing, agreed, speechless. And this is something that has come to the public's attention. And this makes me wonder what other irregularities, what other such data processing errors or human errors may be going on. Is it just the tip of the iceberg? I mean, are we going to assume that this is the only mistake they made? This is the only data processing error that they made? Maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think an investigation has to be done. Some third party has to come in and they have to investigate this. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? This just unbelievable. So I have a poll that's going on. The poll is, do you think that the election in Wisconsin will be fair given the report that duplicate ballots were sent out? 133 votes in so far. Most people are saying no. Meaning most people are thinking that the election in Wisconsin will not be fair. Okay? Now, obviously, when you hear about 2,215 duplicate ballots being going out, definitely people are going to think that the election will not be fair. And remember, this is battleground Wisconsin that we are talking about. I'm going to read some comments here. 105 people watching so far. My friends, thank you. 38 likes. Can I get 12 more likes so I can reach 50 likes? I appreciate it, my friends. Thank you for supporting this channel. Give me 1 second. I have a few screens here that I have to switch. All right. All right, let's see. I'm going to see some comments. So who's here? Freedom. Okay. Freedom is here. Justin is here. Lightning is here. Kai is here. Heidi is here. Hello, Heidi. Welcome. Good to see you, Heidi. John Drake is here. Hello, John. Alan Fisher is here. Hello, Alan. Vape King is here. Robert Graham is here. Robert Graham. Robert Graham, where are you from? By the way, there's a and this is just a side note. There's a clothing brand, a really good clothing brand called Robert Graham. Okay, they have really wonderful shirts. I have some Robert Graham shirts. Robert Graham writes Delaware. Okay, so you're from Delaware, Robert Graham. Thank you for joining. Your name just reminded me of that really wonderful clothing brand, Robert Graham. That's the name of the brand. And I have some Robert Graham shirts, which I absolutely love. Robert Graham writes, yes, and I love the clothes. Robert Graham, do you see how on the shirt right below where the buttons are, they usually have, with threads, it's written knowledge, wisdom, truth. I think that's the signature for Robert Graham shirt. At least the shirts that I have from that Robert Graham clothing brand, it has those words: knowledge, wisdom, truth. Robert Graham says yes. All right. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. By the way, yeah, anyone who doesn't know that clothing brand, Robert Graham, it's a wonderful, wonderful clothing brand. I love the Robert Graham shirts that I have. So anyway, just a side note, unrelated to our discussion. Okay. Claudia writes, vote Trump. Okay. Pam is here. Pam K, are you from? Did you say you're from Wisconsin, Pam K? I think you said you're from Wisconsin. Sorry, I forgot what city. But thank you for being here, Pam K. All right. Swaggy writes Trump 2024. Nick is here. Who else is there? DK. DK, always thank you for joining. Pam K writes, hi, good to see you. Yes, Eau Claire. All right, wonderful, Pam. It's always wonderful to see Wisconsinites tuning in. Connor writes, Connor from Appleton, Wisconsin. Connor, thank you for joining from Appleton, Wisconsin. I was in Appleton just a few months ago because the Republican Party of Wisconsin's annual convention took place in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm talking about the Republican Party of Wisconsin's convention, not the RNC. Obviously, we know that the RNC took place in Milwaukee. Pam writes, I'm in Tom Tiffany's district. All right, Pam. Yeah, Tom Tiffany. Obviously, he wrote that letter to the city of Madison, which I really appreciate. And I think there must be an investigation into this matter. All right. 47 likes so far on this video. Thank you, my friends. Can we get it to 50? 3 more likes. All right. Chris writes, voted Trump today, Illinois. Okay, Chris. Wonderful. All right, let's see. Okay, Pam K. I see what you're writing, Pam. I appreciate that. Thanks for the information. Really, any letter that is now sent to the city of Madison must be made public. Really, otherwise, without applying pressure on the city of Madison, I think it's not possible to get answers out of them. Okay, these like blue. These public officials in the city of Madison, they need to be transparent with the people. Okay, they need to be transparent with the people of the state. A viewer named It's Cherry. Where are you from? It's Cherry, or is it Sherry? Should I pronounce it Sherry? You're writing, we need to get Evers out of here 2026. That's correct. 2026, there's going to be a gubernatorial election in Wisconsin. People are thinking about 2024. Obviously, we all are thinking about 2024, but I am thinking ahead. I am thinking about 2026. 2026, and in fact, hold on one second. I'm going to share something with you. I wrote back in July, I wrote a blog post, okay? So back in July, I wrote a blog post, and the blog post, the title is Looking Beyond November 2024, What Do Wisconsin Voters Want in 2026? I'm going to share the link of that over here, okay? I'm going to share that link. You check out my blog post, all right? this was back in July that I started thinking about 2026, because 2026 is very important, because a gubernatorial election is coming up in 2026. And that would be an opportunity to defeat Tony Evers if he decides to run for re-election. And if he decides not to run for re-election, then whoever the Democratic candidate for governor would be, that individual has to be defeated. So Sherry is writing, can you pin the link? Sherry, I did pin the link. I did do that. So you can go check it out. SD writes, hello, I stumbled on your channel. I appreciate that you're bringing attention to the issue of ballot fraud. Well, thank you, SD, for joining. Please subscribe. Please subscribe and stay connected, okay? Let's see. Okay, so Sherry, you are in Southeast Wisconsin. Okay, I see that. Michael Brown is here. Hello, Michael Brown. Always good to see you, Michael Brown. Sovik Das is asking, will you early vote? Sovik, I will be doing in-person early voting. Okay, I'm not using the mail voting. I'm going to vote in person but early. That's my plan. Sherry writes, we also need to get Tammy Baldwin out of here. You know, I hope Eric Hovde defeats Tammy Baldwin. I really hope Eric Hovde defeats Tammy Baldwin. It's our opportunity to defeat Tammy Baldwin, okay? And so I hope Eric Hovde can do that. I hope he can get the job done. By the way, did somebody ask me who I'm voting for, who I support, or did I? Maybe I saw a question. I'm not sure. Yeah, people ask me who I'm gonna vote for. You guys want to know who I'm gonna vote for? I think my viewers already know, but if you don't, well, there you go. Now you do. Now you do. Now you know who I'm gonna vote for. Trump 2024. Exactly. Okay. All right. Okay, my friends. So this issue with the city of Madison saying that it's a human error, it's a data processing error. I don't, you know, what I want is for a third party to investigate this matter, or I want law enforcement to investigate this, okay? There must be an investigation into this. I mean, this is not a small matter. More than 2,200 duplicate ballots were sent out. This is not a small issue, okay? All right, okay. So at this point, I guess we have to wait for more information. I'm going to be watching this closely, especially because this is the city in which I live. This is my city. This is where I live. This is my home, Madison, Wisconsin. And I don't want to see any kind of, weird stuff happening during the election. I want election integrity. I want election to be free and fair in Madison, Wisconsin. All right. So I will be following this, and I will be sharing with you anything that I find out. I'll share with you the facts, and I'll share with you my commentary, my opinions. Okay. All right. So let me now talk about the final topic. I don't think tonight's live stream is going to be too long. Okay. Because obviously I've got a terrible blocked nose, and at some point I think I'm gonna end this a little early so that I can go get some rest. But I didn't want to miss doing a live stream. So, and also one thing I'm gonna do is, uh, you know, uh, see the news coming from Florida. Okay, because I'm very very much concerned about what's happening in the south east part of the country with the Hurricane Helene. Okay. All right. So my friends, let's talk about New York. I talked about New York yesterday. I need to give you a little update, and a lot of you probably know this already. In an indictment that was unsealed on Thursday, the federal prosecutors charged Mayor Eric Adams, New York Mayor Eric Adams, with 5 counts of bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and solicitation of illegal foreign campaign donations. I mean, that's a lot. Bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and solicitation of illegal foreign campaign donation. This is a lot. I think Mayor Eric Adams is in trouble. Okay. I know, innocent until proven guilty. I do understand that. I do understand that very well, that a person is innocent until proven guilty, but these charges are really heavy. These are heavy charges, and Eric Adams, I think, is in a lot of trouble. And there are calls for Mayor Eric Adams to resign. Do you think he's going to resign? I don't know. I really don't know, but that's the question. Let me ask you this. Do you think that Mayor Eric Adams of New York City will resign? Answer that question, my friends. Juan writes he should. Face Off writes no. Okay. Claudia writes no. Johnny writes no. Jet writes yes. Okay. Pam writes he's not going to resign without a fight. Okay. Sherry writes no, but he should. Okay. Laura writes no. Alan writes, I don't know, hope so. Okay. All right. Okay, so most people are saying no, but obviously people are hoping that he does resign. Okay, so here are my thoughts about this. First of all, I think Eric Adams, he at some point, I don't think he doesn't want to resign, obviously. I think he's going to resist these calls. People who are asking him to resign, I think he's going to resist. He's going to try to hold on to power. And the other thing is, if he resigns, that'll be a good thing, because I think he should resign. But if he resigns, does it fix the problem that New York City has? I mean, what New York City needs is a conservative mayor, a bold leader. So if Mayor Eric Adams resigns and some other liberal comes and takes that seat, it's really not going to solve New York City's problems. What needs to happen is for the people of New York to realize that voting for Democrats will only lead to problems and more problems. And so I think the people of New York must, vote for a conservative. Okay, vote for a Republican. Elect a Republican mayor. I'm reading your comments. If you're wondering why I'm silent, I'm reading your comments. Okay. Johnny writes, the Dems will force him out. Yeah, I think what will happen, Johnny, you are right, I think. What will happen is that the pressure will keep increasing on Eric Adams to resign. I mean, kind of like what happened with Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden wanted to continue running, but the Democrat Party elites and the Democrat machine kept increasing pressure, and they forced Joe Biden to drop out of the presidential race, right? And that's when they brought Kamala in, and basically installed her as the nominee. I think what's going to happen with Eric Adams is going to be something similar. They will just increase pressure. I mean, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is already asking for Eric Adams to step down. And I think more and more Democrats will ask Eric Adams to resign, and at one point he's not going to have a choice. He's just going to have to step down. And I think it's going to happen pretty soon. I don't think it'll take much time. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be days or weeks, but I think quite soon, Eric Adams is going to resign, but he's not going to resign happily, obviously. He's going to resign because there will be a lot of pressure from the Democratic Party on him to leave. So, that's really all I have, my friends. I thank you all for tuning in. We just crossed the 1 hour time mark tonight. And all I want to say before I conclude. Okay, by the way, I have to wrap up the poll. So 294 votes in so far. The question is, hold on. I'm going to write down the question here. The question is, do you think the election in Wisconsin will be fair given the report that duplicate ballots were sent out? Okay, so the choices are yes and no. Let me end the poll here. 304 votes, and 69% said no, and only 30% said yes. See, this is a big issue, right? I mean, most people said that the election will not be fair given the report that duplicate ballots were sent out. Obviously, this shows that freedom-loving Americans are concerned about all these weird things happening with regard to the electoral process. I mean, how can 2,215 ballots, duplicate ballots, be sent out? How is this even possible in Madison, Wisconsin, in a battleground state? And so when people find out that such an incident has occurred, obviously people lose faith in the electoral process. So, I am not surprised to see the results. I am concerned about, this news, and I'm concerned that there may be issues in the electoral process. So, my friends, I will be talking more about it. I will be paying close attention to this issue that's happening. And, I would love to see a third party doing an investigation, maybe a law enforcement agency doing an investigation to find out how this error occurred. Okay? How this error occurred. If it is an error, we don't know if it's an error. The city officials are claiming it's an error, but do we know for sure? We don't. And that's why there must be an investigation. Okay? All right. Hold on, my friends. Okay. So, my friends, thank you so very much for joining, for tuning in. I am going to be ending this live stream a little early. We are just into 1 hour and 6 minutes. I am going to be watching the news for a little while to see what's going on in Florida. I'm going to get some rest, and then I will be back tomorrow. I hope to be back tomorrow. So please subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Subscribe and stay connected with me. Hit the like button. I got 60 likes already. So I appreciate all your support, my friends. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I do have nasal issues, which is the biggest reason I'm ending this early. I need to go get some rest. So thank you so very much, my friends. Please support Donald Trump, Trump 2024, Make America Great Again. And I hope that we address these issues. And really, I will emphasize again, I want to see election integrity. I want to see free and fair election. And I'm very, very concerned and worried about this thing that happened, that was discovered in Madison, Wisconsin. 2,215 duplicate ballots were sent out. How did this happen? There must be an investigation. So with that, my friends, thank you all for joining. I appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. Let's support Trump, and let's make America great again. Trump 2024. Thank you, my friends. I'll be back again soon.